Welcome to the Veterinary Rehabilitation Podcast, where we aim to help fellow veterinary rehab therapists increase their knowledge and elevate their practice. I'm Megan Kelly.
And I'm Anae Lloyd. Together, we bring you the latest insights, research, and information in the field of veterinary rehabilitation.
This podcast is brought to you by Onlinepethealth, a leading continuing education membership for veterinary rehabilitation therapists. With Onlinepethealth, you will have access to a wide range of online resources to help you stay up to date with the latest techniques, advances, and trends in the industry.
Our podcast features in-depth conversations with leading experts in veterinary rehabilitation. They share their own experiences and knowledge to help you improve your practice. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out in the field, our goal is to provide you with the tools and the insights you need to succeed.
So join us as we explore the exciting world of veterinary rehabilitation and help you take your practice to the next level. Hey vet rehabbers, in this special episode, Ryan and I sit down with Anae to share the story behind Paw Prosper's acquisition of Onlinepethealth. Now, this is an open and really honest conversation about how the acquisition came about, the journey that led to the decision, and what the process looked like behind the scenes. Ryan and I discussed the shared vision that brought the two companies together and why we believe the partnership is a natural fit, how it will create new opportunities for both organizations and the veterinary rehabilitation community that we serve. We also address what this means for our Onlinepethealth members, our team, and the future of the platform. So from expanding educational opportunities to strengthening the resources available to vet rehabbers around the world, this conversation explores the exciting possibilities ahead. Now, if you'd like to keep learning, we've just updated the free webinar area with some fantastic webinars. You can access them right now. Common Injuries in Sporting Dogs by Ariel Pachet-Marpley, Step-by-Step Building Equine Strength and Performance, Emma Maitland, and Parameters for the Development of Patient Protocols and Hydrotherapy with Angela Griffiths. You can head over to onlinepethealth.com/free to access those webinars. A quick word from our sponsors. Support, prevent, and rehabilitate. That's the Paw Prosper way. You've built a portfolio of industry-leading brands like Walking Pets, Help 'em Up, Respond Animal Therapeutics, Fit Paws, and Blue Nine to give your patients the gold standard in care. And you've heard some of the big news already. Paw Prosper is officially the new home of the Canine Rehabilitation Institute and Onlinepethealth. We're bringing the best products and the best online education together under one roof to help you and your patients thrive. So, as a special hello to the Onlinepethealth community, we're offering a one-time gift with your next order when you sign up today. Head over to pawprosper.com/OPH and join the movement in pet rehabilitation. Right, over to my chat with Ryan and Anae.
Good morning, vet rehabbers, and welcome to today's podcast. Today, I am interviewing Megan and Ryan. And we are talking about the acquisition of Onlinepethealth to the Paw Prosper family of brands. So if you had any questions about the why behind this and the process that we went through, I hope that this podcast is going to answer those questions. And I hope that you get to know both Meg and Ryan a little bit better through this conversation. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Ryan, Paw Prosper has been working with Onlinepethealth for years in various different capacities. What made you want to pursue Onlinepethealth as a company to add to the Paw Prosper family of brands?
Well, first off, Anae, thanks very much for having me. Anae and Meg, it's great to be on the podcast after listening for all these years. It's great to be here. Obviously, we had a lot of respect for Onlinepethealth, the incredible group of individuals who have come on and speak in webinars and in podcasts, the community and how active the community is, helping each other to learn, to solve problems, to stay on kind of the cutting edge of developments in the field. So we had a ton of respect for Onlinepethealth and what you guys and Michelle and the rest of the team had built. So watching from afar, we thought if we want to continue to be leaders in this industry and to continue to grow the space, what better way to do it than to kind of be at the forefront of not only the products, but also the education and community as well. And Onlinepethealth truly is a leader in that area. And so it was a perfect fit for where we wanted to go.
Amazing, thank you. Meg, when Ryan first approached you with a proposal to purchase Onlinepethealth, what were your initial thoughts? And had you been planning to sell Onlinepethealth before that?
Yeah, I'd always thought at some stage I would sell Onlinepethealth, but in my mind it would be, when I wasn't enjoying doing what I was doing. Well, I will say that actually I had this idea that I would start a company and 5 years later I would sell it. That didn't happen because I was just having so much fun. And those were actually the words that I said to Ryan, like, I'm actually not looking to sell because I'm having so much fun. Like I really enjoy what I do. But I thought one day it'll be, when I retire, I suppose everyone thinks they've got a business and at some stage you got to, move on and retire. So yeah, it was quite a big decision for me because, like I said, I was enjoying what I was doing, but there were parts of me that were thinking, well, if we had some support in other ways, maybe this could actually grow online pet health to where I actually wanted to go. So we'd had a few years, and I think for me, maybe some personal things. My husband had a stroke 2.5 years ago. So a lot of things in my life that had happened, and I sort of felt like maybe things had not stagnated, but maybe the growth, of where we wanted to go hadn't been where I had planned, and maybe actually a little bit of support and help from a brand like Paw Prosper would be a good way to for the community, for them to be able to get better education, to be able to have better access to learning and different types of learning. So yeah, it was a really big decision for me, but a one that I'm glad I took now.
Okay, so it wasn't like completely out of the blue for you. You did have that thought in the back of your mind sometime in the future.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely thought it's something, but I thought it would be quite a lot in the future. It wasn't like right now. So
Yeah.
it did come a little bit left field for me. I was like, oh, okay. I got to go think about this. And my first initial thought was no. No, no, no.
Mm,
I love what I do. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and then it took me. Yeah, it was a while of thinking. So a lot of sleepless nights. I had a lot of
mm.
sleepless nights about it, thinking whether this is the right move or not.
Sorry about that, Meg. Didn't mean to cause you to lose sleep.
I did. I really did.
Yeah. Okay. So, Meg, what were the really important things that you needed to have in place to feel comfortable selling online pet health to a larger company?
Yeah, so Ryan will know this because we went through a lot of this. So
Mm,
for me, I didn't want anything to change. Um, you know, my team, and you included, and Michelle, and everyone that's worked at Online Pet Health, I just thought about everything that we've put into it and what we've built over the last 9 years. And it's been such a labor of love. And I suppose, like everyone says, when you've got a business, it's like another child. I put so much into it and I really didn't want it to change. I wanted to be the same, basically as what we've been doing. I wanted the team to stay the same. So that was really important to me, that for me, the team. So I wanted my team to carry on. And sometimes when you hear of these sort of larger companies, they acquire smaller companies, and you hear about them coming in and they just basically dissolve the whole company. They take part people, you can go here, you go here, and they get rid of people and just break the company up basically. And so that was a worry for me. I thought I definitely don't want that to happen. I want us to carry on doing what we're doing because we do it well. And somebody, a company for me that had similar core values to us. And for me, I needed, Ryan and the rest of the guys that own Paw Prosper to also have those similar core values. Because if I was going to be working for a company, or we were going, because obviously I've carried on with Online Pet Health, and if we were going to be able to integrate our brand into an umbrella company, if the core values weren't aligned, it wasn't going to work for me. And me, I've got some things that are very, very important to me. So things like ethics, commitment to excellence, professionalism. And I think, for me, what was really important is that the company understood how important our community is, because that's really the heart of Online Pet Health, the vet rehab community. And that came across so much, like from the very beginning, with my chats with Ryan. So yeah, so I knew that we were aligned in so many of those ways, and that really helped to make the decision.
Ryan, do you want to add anything?
I entirely agree with what Meg says. The community was, at this stage, with where we are with Paw Prosper, where we have 8 product brands. We own CRI. We really do feel like we can move the needle in the growth of the field of veterinary rehabilitation. And we're not going to do that by talking in an echo chamber to ourselves, and not just going to be able to do that by just talking in the markets we're in today. We're going to be able to do that by engaging the community globally. And Online Pet Health had built such an active and engaged and energetic community that it was very important to us that we kind of care for that and don't kind of come in day one and say we know exactly how to handle this. Our number one rule when we've acquired companies, and I'm sure people will have spoken with others we've acquired companies from, is to not break it. What makes it special? Figure out what makes it special, and don't break that. Yeah, there will be changes over time as we integrate it and make it part of our platform, but those changes are for the better. And for the growth, just as Meg mentioned, what can we do to help grow this brand, grow the field? But our number one rule is figure out what's special and don't break it. And we've taken that same approach here, and we're very fortunate to have the Online Pet Health team with us, which is part of what makes the brand so special.
I really love that, Meg. As you were talking now, I just had this thought of how the work that I do at Online Pet Health, the work that we all do, it has such deep purpose that drives it. And I think that really is at the crux of this company. We're here to serve the community of veterinary rehabilitation therapists in a very special way. And I think that is something that we can do to a greater degree now. And I'm excited about that. Okay, so those are my thoughts. Meg, anytime there's a big change like this, really there's uncertainty and there's fear in the community and in the team members. What would you say to members who are feeling nervous or unsure right now?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like nothing is changing. We're the same company, we're the same team, it's the same experience, but we might just be improving things. So if anything now, I think that we have an opportunity for our members to be able to create better experiences, potentially different ways in which to learn. Paw Prosper has opened us up into such an amazing network of there so many vet rehabbers that are in the companies that they own, as well as the connections that they have. And I just feel like these are going to be huge opportunities for our members. So yeah, the only thing really is it's going to be better than it was, if that was possible for us to be any better. Yeah.
Ryan, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few things I would want to say to people who are nervous or are anxious about the changes. First and foremost, the academic integrity and the education of Paw Prosper and CRI, our 2 education platforms. The academic integrity is of utmost importance. So what I said to Meg and to others is that in no way will Online Pet Health just become a pure marketing bugle for our Paw Prosper product brands. We want to be the place where people are coming to learn and advance their own understanding and to be at the kind of forefront of developments in the field. And so we take that very, very seriously. That's the first. The second is that at the end of the day, we have 12,000 veterinary professionals that are on the Paw Prosper platform. That obviously gives great exposure, but that we only have one reputation as a platform and as a brand, and it's a very small industry. And so if we were to be bad actors with the companies that we acquired, we put ourselves, our entire platform at risk. So I think we lead with that. We lead with our reputation. That's why we've been able to acquire these brands from fantastic people and bring those people together, even to continue working with us after. And so we don't risk that reputation in what we do with the companies that we acquire, both the people and the brands. So that's of utmost importance. And the last thing I would say is sort of to Meg's point, is one of the reasons to acquire Online Pet Health is to be able to offer more value to the members and to the existing Paw Prosper customers, whether that's extra benefits through the Paw Prosper platform and the products that people are using and recommending to their patients and clients, or it's additional education opportunities, more content. Our goal is to be able to give that members of Online Pet Health more for their money and just to give greater access and awareness to the industry as a whole. And so that's our primary focus. And I hope that across all the brands that we acquired over the last 4 years, that people in the industry recognize that we're here to do good, and is a do no evil type approach to everything that we've taken on. And hopefully people recognize that for what we've built over the last 4 years.
Okay, so you've said really three things that have resonated with me, and that is that academic integrity is essential. You want to lead with reputation. You only have one of those, and you're going to safeguard it. And that you want to add greater value for the community and for the members on both sides, Paw Prosper side as well as Online Pet Health side. So I'd actually like to dive just a little bit deeper into each one of those areas. Let's start with Paw Prosper's reputation, because to many people, Paw Prosper might still be unknown. To many people in our community, I think mostly people outside of the States, because you have become quite well known globally. So tell us a little bit about what is your reputation? What is the reputation that you're trying to foster, and which parts of that are non-negotiable for you, and that you will protect and stand on within any relationships that you're developing?
Sure. Yeah. So I think over the last 4 years, we've completed 11 acquisitions. So we've had 11 choices as to whether or not this fits into the ethos of who we are as Paw Prosper. And I and myself and my partners have leaned on incredible, experienced vet rehabbers, veterinarians, experts in the field to make sure that every company that we've acquired has evidence, is efficacious, is a leader in the space, and is not just pure marketing. Frankly, Paw Prosper could be 2 to 3 times larger than it is today if we acquired everything that we had the opportunity to do so. And largely that's a credit to our advisory board and the professionals that we've leaned on to help us make good decisions of what to bring to the platform. So everything that we acquire, we like to say that it needs to add credibility to Paw Prosper. And we hope it can go both ways, where Paw Prosper gets to the point where it can add credibility to the brand that we've acquired. But I think we've been accumulating or trying to accumulate credibility with each brand that we've acquired. And if we just bought everything to just become as big as possible, I don't think we'd have that credibility or that reputation. So that's what we protect very carefully. Of course, the other piece of that is, how do you treat the brand and the people? And if you look at the brands that we've acquired from 2022 onwards, every single brand we have gone through a rebranding exercise or a revamping exercise. We've created new websites. We've invested in developing new products. So we've taken 20-plus-year-old brands and tried to modernize them. We're not buying them and running them for the cash. We're quite frankly investing every single dollar that comes back into growing the platform. So that's another piece of our reputation. At the end of the day, the people are what make our business possible. It's incredible. I came prior to this from the industrial safety space, and the difference in passion between the industrial safety space and the animal health and pet space is incredible. People that work at Paw Prosper and our various brands work there because they love it, and pour every ounce of their passion into what they do every day. And so we don't mess with that, and we try to make sure that our people understand that we appreciate that, and the people that we bring into the fold understand what they're joining with Paw Prosper and can feel the passion from the rest of the team. So reputation-wise, those are the things that I think about.
Okay, I love that. Let's talk about academic integrity. What does that mean? How are you going to protect it within Online Pet Health? Can you just expand on that?
Yeah. So I'm sure if those that know, my background is not veterinary medicine. And so I have to lean on the experts that I have around me to help make sure that we're making the right decisions for the type of content and the type of products that we're offering. So as far as academic integrity, we want to make sure that we continue to be the place where people that do research or are practicing clinically and have something to share, that we're the place where they want to share that. If we lose that, we lose the reason to exist. And so if we were to let Online Pet Health become just a marketing platform for us selling products, I think we would lose the trust of the people that want to present what they know on the platform. And at that point, we have nothing. And then that kind of ruins the whole thesis for why to acquire these education platforms in the first place. So we, as a team, we've kept around, and obviously Meg is still here, and then CRI, our other education platform, CARE, is still part of the platform, and we are leaning on the leaders of those businesses, of those brands, to help us make sure that we continue to present high quality education and content, and that we don't just become a marketing platform. And that has been core to who Paw Prosper has been since day one, and will be as we continue to build out the platform and the education and content opportunities that we offer.
Okay, thank you. That's been really informative. Meg, do you want to add anything to what Ryan said? Are you happy?
I think he's hit the nail on the head there.
Okay, so before I go to the third point that you mentioned, which is adding greater value, I think we'll get to that a little bit later. You touched on everyone remaining, the team remaining where it is. You've also really touched on how important it is to you to lean on experts in this field. So I love that, and I just wanted to highlight that. But Meg, how involved will you continue to be in online pet health and this community that we've created in the coming years? Have you sold and you're going to just cut and run and move on with your life? Or what can we expect from you?
So I'm not planning to go anywhere. And I really meant it. I really do love what I do. And probably one of the best things that I love about my job is actually the podcast. So today I've had to hand that over to you to interview me, which I must say is a little bit strange, to be interviewed on my own podcast. But that's probably one of the favorite things that I have, is to do my podcast interviews. I love to meet vet rehabbers from all over the world and just learn from them. And they're just such amazing people in our community. So yeah, there's so many things that I love doing. And I think I'm quite excited about the time that I'm spending now in online pet health, because before, my time was made up with doing financials and accounting and all the things that people hate about business. And it hasn't been long now. I mean, the acquisition happened sort of mid-March, but I'm finding that I'm actually enjoying work so much more. I mean, I loved it before, but there were things that I hated. I'm really excited about getting more hands-on in doing things in the community, and doing more podcasts, and reaching out on LinkedIn. Today I was just spending time on LinkedIn, reaching out to people. Hey, do you want to be on my podcast? And just having a whole lot more time to do the things that I love to do. So I'm really, really feeling like, for me right now, this is exactly what I needed, to be able to take away from all those horrible admin-y financial jobs and be able to do all the fun stuff. So I'm not planning on going anywhere. Like I said, this is what I love to do.
So to the listeners that have been listening to the podcast for a long time, you'll know that Megs is an ideas person, and we have to just eternally rein her in because most of them are not realistic. It's going to be pretty cool to be able to see that creativity flow in the coming months and years with a different set of resources behind us, so that we don't necessarily have to shut down all your awesome ideas, Meg. So on that note, Ryan, are there any planned changes to the membership structure, to content access, to pricing, anything like that our members should know about and can expect in the coming months?
Yeah, I think right now everything is business as usual. Obviously, Online Pet Health has built a great platform, and so we're kind of learning the business to, like I said, figure out what makes it special and don't break it. Over time, you will see we're already working on a new UI UX experience for members. So kind of a new website. So that'll be coming probably before the end of the year. And then you'll see we're working towards single sign-on integration with Paw Prosper. So when you log into Paw Prosper, you're also logged into Online Pet Health. So that just makes the experience a little more seamless for members. Those are two things that we're working on right now. There's a lot of different membership structures right now within Online Pet Health. I think you'll see us kind of streamline those a little bit, but I wouldn't expect any significant price changes or anything like that. It's just really, can we offer more value through both the Paw Prosper platform and Online Pet Health to the existing members, and hopefully grow the membership base. So from my perspective, and again, we have 9 or 10 other examples of this when we've acquired companies in the past, where we've tried to just improve and we haven't kind of taken away from anything we've built. So that's our plan going forward here as well. Hopefully changes for the better on the UI UX front, more content, easier access through Paw Prosper, and then the same kind of great access through the membership that you've always had.
Okay, what is UI UX?
Oh, sorry, user interface, user experience. So just the website, the website should be is going to get a bit of a facelift, and
Okay.
both the front end and then the back end, and how you find video and are able to interact with it. I would also expect that Online Pet Health has a fantastic community on Facebook. The new platform should also allow for a little bit of community to bud on the Online Pet Health website and platform as well, with conversations, forums within Online Pet Health, and then comments and whatnot on the webinars, on the content that we present. So that'll be something that over time we'll see how that goes, and whether or not people want to talk within the platform or talk on Facebook. We want to make sure we're nurturing the community wherever it grows.
Oh, I really like that. That really sounds like a lot of the things that we have thought about and explored and try to figure out how to integrate into Online Pet Health over the years. And Meg, I think it's about time that our website gets a facelift again. It's been a few years since we've redone everything, so that sounds really good. Meg, are there any big projects or updates or plans that you have wanted to pursue but haven't been able to, which could now be possible?
Yeah, well, the website was one of them. So, I mean, the thing is that us as a team, we build a new website every single year, and that's the Vet Rehab Summit website. So every year we are starting from scratch, building a sales page, the information about it, but then also a whole nother membership experience for the Vet Rehab Summit. So to then find the capacity and time to be able to update our membership website has been something that we just keep putting off. We did it the last time in 2020, and I think it took us over a year. It was about a year and a half to do. And it was such a lot of the team's, the input that the team needed and the bandwidth that we needed to be able to do that was just, it literally took away from so many other things that we were doing. There was no capacity to be able to do anything extra, any collaborations and other sort of things on a monthly basis, because we were literally just in the website. And a lot of the stuff that when you're building a website, you can get a developer to do, and then they ask you to do a whole lot of stuff. So that was one of our things, and it's been one of the reasons we've just been holding off, because it's now 6 years later or 5 years later, and we have so much more content. So it's actually, and the longer it went, the more overwhelming this idea of moving this website was, and upgrading it. So for me, I think this was a huge thing for me, to be able to have the Paw Prosper team, and they've got excellent, like, world-class developers on their team, to be able to help us and just be able to do this while we carry on doing what we do, and supporting the community and doing all of our things really is going to be huge for us. So I'm really, really happy about that, and excited to see, what we can do and how we can improve the user experience and the membership.
I think I'd actually love to add a little shout out to our members over here and just say, if there's any part of the member experience that you've found difficult or frustrating, just send us an email and tell us, because this would be a great time to share that information. So yeah, the things that I can think of is, like, the search function has a lot of limitations. So while it's there and it works, it has some limitations. So I'm excited about improving that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The community aspect within the members portal, that's something Meg has been speaking about for years. I think like 4 years.
Yeah.
And we just haven't been able to find a way to make that happen in a realistic way. Meg, what is one thing that you want our members to know and to take away from this conversation?
I think for me is this, that the core of Online Pet Health will be the same. We're still going to be able to do everything that we've done. We're going to support, we want to educate all the vet rehabbers. We want to be there for them in the community, and nothing's going to change. It's going to be exactly like it was, like I said, just a little bit better. And I'm really, really excited about what we're going to be able to offer you as a member. And just really excited about this opportunity with Ryan and Paw Prosper, so that we can work together to grow the brand and just to improve the education and our offering that we have for our members.
Ryan, what would you like to leave our members with?
I think for me, I'm just thrilled to be in the position that we're in. We're very fortunate to have Online Pet Health as part of who we are at Paw Prosper now. And it really hit me when we acquired Online Pet Health. It's only been 2 months, but looking at what Paw Prosper is, at this stage, I almost feel like we can move the needle for the growth of the field with adding CRI and Online Pet Health and most recently Online Pet Health. And so that weight kind of hit me a month or so ago, that we have a real opportunity to have a major impact on the growth of the field. And I think Online Pet Health is a major piece of what allows us to do that. And so I'm just super excited about what we're going to be able to do, and very fortunate to kind of help take the Online Pet Health platform and Paw Prosper to the next level. And obviously, I'm one person. We have at this stage getting close to 70-person team. And it's I'm grateful to everybody on the team as well that's allowed us to build it to this point. And hopefully we can keep growing both our business and this field as a whole. And I'm excited about what lays ahead.
I love that. I think that's really powerful. Thank you, Ryan. So to our community, if you have any other questions or thoughts or concerns, please email us. We are one email away. We're the same team. We're the same people. We're here. Our core, our passion, our purpose remains to serve you. It remains to bring you the best continuing education that we can. That is what we do. But the why is really to be standing in your corner, wherever you are and whatever you need, whatever battles you're fighting, whether it's from a business perspective, from a unity perspective, from your position within your space, within your community, within your referral sphere. We're here to stand behind you. So pop us an email, let us know. I think if you are not yet familiar with Paw Prosper, go onto their website and check it out. Let us know what you guys need, what you guys want in the coming months, weeks, years. We're all here to stay. Thank you so much, Meg and Ryan.
Thanks, Meg. Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, everyone.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please hit the subscribe button so you get notified every time I load a new podcast. I'm here every week talking to vet rehab therapists from all over the world about all things vet rehab. A big thanks to our sponsor, Paw Prosper. Their sponsorship allows us to be able to give this podcast to you for free. So go and check them out at pawprosper.com. And also don't forget to bookmark the next Vet Rehab Summit on Saturday, the 14th of November, 2026. Come and be a part of the world's largest online veterinary rehabilitation conference created specifically for you, the vet rehabber community. Online Pet Health members get VIP complimentary access to the Vet Rehab Summit. For more information about continuing education for vet rehabbers, you can go to onlinepethealth.com.